What do you think is the second day number worldwide?
फर्स्ट डे वर्ल्ड वो बोल रहे थे 110 है, राइट? 100 करोड़ या 110 है, आई थिंक. सेकेंड डे नंबर वर्ल्ड वाइड, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में भी कल ऑस्ट्रेलिया डे था, विच इज अ मेजर हॉलीडे इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया. सो दैट, giving certain portions of that also from there, I feel it can very well get up to 125 130 crores, maybe more यार. मतलब 20 करोड़ का तो obviously अलग conversation है यहाँ पे.
Do you see some records breaking, the likes of Bahubali 2, KGF 2, Dangal?
400 to 450 crores should be the aim for a film that is open to this kind of a level.
Do you see some records breaking in the overseas territory as well?
Absolutely, and Shah Rukh Khan predominantly has a great audiences, number of audiences that are sitting abroad for him or his films. I genuinely feel that the records for Hindi films will be broken for with this one in overseas for sure. This is the film that's going to be the ceiling for a lot of films to reach, and I don't think they will be able to that soon.
Coming to the box office, I think first day has been historic. Second day has been phenomenal as well. Please tell us, first 2 days, what is it? How does it look like?
First day was phenomenal. I think to go on to do that kind of a number on a non-holiday day, partial holiday भी नहीं था, because बहुत सारी पिक्चरों में थोड़े partial holiday की वजह से वो 50 करोड़ का threshold क्रॉस हुआ है in the past. partial holiday भी नहीं था obviously. मतलब उसके रिटर्न में लोग ये कहेंगे अरे यार 26 जनवरी अगले दिन थी तो शाम से शोज पिकअप होते. But that's for any other, that's for any other film. But they have come out on a day like that to do the numbers that they did. But I'm more elated on the number it did on the holiday day, because I think yesterday's number, जो हम मतलब आज हम तीसरे दिन शुरू कर रहे हैं बात करना, अभी तक मतलब थर्ड डे का हमें पता नहीं है, but out of the 5-day weekend, on the holiday day on the 26th of January in India, right now also the actual number अभी तक आया नहीं है कल का, मगर it's looking like it's going to cross over 70 crores in India, which is phenomenal, because 50 करोड़ करते करते लोगों की पीठ टूट जाती है. उसको फिर उसके बाद मेंटेन कोई नहीं कर पाता है. ऑब्वियसली वो हॉलीडे पे आती हैं पिक्चरें, तो वो थ्रेशोल्ड कम होता ही है बिकॉज अगले दिन छुट्टी होती है. बट फॉर अ फिल्म लाइक दैट टू डू that first day number, which is at high level anyways, then to go up couple of notches and do 70 crore number is phenomenal. It's phenomenal, and that's clear testament of the star pull of the masses, of everyone thronging to the cinemas to go and watch the way they are doing it right now. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
So what do you think? What do you think is the second day number worldwide?
Worldwide तो अभी first day worldwide वो बोल रहे थे 110 है, right? 100 करोड़ या 110 है, I think. Second day number worldwide, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में भी कल ऑस्ट्रेलिया डे था, which is a major holiday in Australia. So that, giving certain portions of that also from there, I feel it can very well get up to 125 130 crores, maybe more यार. मतलब 20 करोड़ का तो obviously अलग conversation है यहाँ पे. ओवरसीज के नंबर शाम दोपहर तक ही आते हैं, so to give a benchmark for that is slightly will be slightly untruly of me to say it, but I genuinely feel कि it can go up to 150 crores. But India is phenomenal. But 70 crores on the number of screens that we have, and there is a lot of films that released yesterday also, regionally also, and in Hindi as well. बहुत सारी पिक्चरें रिलीज हुई हैं कल, नई पिक्चरें आई हैं. कीपिंग दैट इन माइंड ऑल्सो, मलयालम में 2 पिक्चर है, तेलुगु में एक है, तमिल में एक है, कन्नड़ में एक पिक्चर है, आई थिंक बंगाल में एक पिक्चर रिलीज हुई है, हिंदी में 2 पिक्चरें हैं. So there are new films also which have come up, but the level of where this one is phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
So what is your prediction? First 5 days worldwide collection.
55 day 1, 70 day 2, and this is including all Indian languages. मतलब हिंदी की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं और इंडिया की बात कर रहा हूँ. Hindi including some of the South languages that the film has released. I feel today it should drop out to like around 50% of what it did yesterday, because today is not a holiday again. It's a resumption of everything else. So I think 35 crores today, 45 crores tomorrow, and on Sunday it can go up to 55 crores. I'm saying in the whole week, it should aim to do around 335 crores, 340 crores in the first 9 days. मैं पूरा हफ्ता बोल रहा हूँ मैं. First 9 days
First 9 days.
should it should easily aim to do around 335 crores to 340 crores. The film
And
that will
worldwide?
go up due, that's 500 crores plus, easy, easy.
All right.
And
Now,
that's I'm saying for the first 9 days.
we saw with Bhool Bhulaiya, for example, Bhool Bhulaiya 2, for example, uh, the film just went on and on and on in terms of, just spreading its wings as far as box office is concerned. It lasted in the cinema halls for several weeks. Certain big films came, but Big Bhool Bhulaiya was still running in the theaters, and it continued to do well. We've seen with Drishyam 2 as well in the recent times. Where do you see uh, uh, Pathaan heading towards? We're having Shehzada on February 10th. What sort of trajectory are you predicting for Pathaan?
Last year, Bhool Bhulaiya is not the only example जो picture चिपक गई और उसके बाद चलती रही है. If you look at Kashmir Files, if you look at Triple R, if you look at Drishyam in the last few months, last year एक बहुत क्लियर पोस्ट कोविड ये देखने मिला था कि एक बार ऑडियंसेस को पिक्चर समझ में आ जाती है, इवन ऊंचाइयां फॉर दैट मैटर, एक बार ऑडियंसेस को पिक्चर समझ में आ जाती है, राइट, तो पिक्चर चलती रहती है. पेटनेरिज मिलता रहता है, लोग आते रहते हैं, देखते हैं, और वो सेकंड वीक में, थर्ड वीक में, वो वीक बाय वीक, डे बाय डे वो चलती रहती है. एट नॉट एट द लेवल इट स्टार्टेड ऑफ. दिस इज अनप्रेसिडेंटेड बिकॉज लास्ट ईयर क्या हो रहा था ना, पिक्चरें खुल नहीं रही थी. इस बार पिक्चरें खुल रही हैं, मतलब इस एग्जांपल में पिक्चर खुली है और उस लेवल पे खुली है. वो फिटीग आएगा ऐसी पिक्चरों में, पर आई जेन्युइनली फील कि ये चलने वाली है. जैसे आप शहजादा की सही एग्जांपल दे रहे हैं, शहजादा 10 फरवरी को आएगी, विच इज डे 17th ऑफ द रिलीज ऑफ पठान, फ्रॉम द रिलीज ऑफ पठान. 17वें दिन पे शहजादा रिलीज होगी. सो इफ यू लुक एट द एग्जांपल ऑफ वॉर, which was a few years ago, of the same director, came on in October. On the 17th day of its release, that film went on. See, that also opened to 50 crores plus. So I'm just giving you that as an example here, not because I like Siddharth Anand that much in life. I do. He's a great friend. But I'm saying on the 17th day, it came on to do 200. It did around 2.5 crores उस time पे. I'm saying give the benefit of this situation right now. Given the way this movie is opened and the trajectory that it has, and it's top heavy, जैसे हमने पिछली बार भी बात की थी कि ओपनिंग लगाती है सिद्धार्थ की पिक्चर है. गिवन दैट, आई फील अगर आप उसको 5 करोड़ का भी बेनिफिट दो कि उस फ्राइडे पे वो अपने 70वें दिन पे 5 करोड़ भी मारती है, दैट्स अ प्रीटी डिसेंट बेंचमार्क for any other film to coexist at that point. And then obviously वो दूसरी पिक्चर का मेरिट, वो कितनी अच्छी है, वो कितनी सराही जाती है ऑडियंसेस से, वो कितने लोग उसे प्रेटरनाइज करते हैं, कितने लोग आते हैं देखने. Karthik is also on a very high, on a big high on personally in his career. So I feel that that trajectory will anyways be there. But I'm saying मैं बहुत ज्यादा जेनरस होके बोल रहा हूँ कि वो 5 करोड़ भी करे अगर पठान on its 17th day, just as an example, because ऐसी पिक्चरों में वो फटीक दिखने लग जाता है, क्योंकि आप वो फिर वो नंबर्स, because it's open to such a massive block on the first few weeks. जैसे मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ 9 दिन पहले हफ्ते में अगर ये 330 करोड़ के ऊपर का थ्रेशोल्ड तोड़ेगी, which is the lifetime number of a war in its ability. So that has the legs for it to do the kind of numbers that it can do, right? So that's where I feel it is.
Its lifetime figures. Do you see some records breaking, the likes of Bahubali 2, KGF 2, Dangal?
400 to 450 crores should be the aim for a film that is open to this kind of a level. 400 crores right now should be the benchmark. It's, again, we are being conservative when I say that the kind of the numbers that it is doing, it has the legs to do anything. And that's the beauty of films now. Like जैसे हम पिछले सवाल में वही बात कर रहे हैं कि एक बार ऑडियंसेस को पसंद आ जाती है, उसके बाद वो पेट्रनाइज उतनी तरह कैसे करते हैं, कितनी अच्छी तरह से करते हैं, कितने लोग आगे वीक 2 में वीक 3 में देखते हैं वो पिक्चर, दैट डिपेंड्स ऑन इट. सो आई जेन्युइनली फील कि 400 crores right now should be the benchmark for it to for it to reach. Anything over that in India, anything over that will be the cherry on the cake.
So as you mentioned that we are seeing unprecedented response overseas, say Australia, for example. These numbers, they're completely unheard of. Not North America, I think the response is fabulous. People are braving all the snow and the rain, and they're going to watch the film. Do you see some records breaking in the overseas territory as well?
Absolutely, and Shah Rukh Khan predominantly is has a great audiences, number of audiences that are sitting abroad for him or his films. In the past, also they've done really well. I genuinely feel that the records for Hindi films will be broken for with this one in overseas for sure. Like we are genuinely feeling that this is the film that's going to be the ceiling for a lot of films to reach, and I don't think they will be able to that soon, until unless everything works in their favor and the world is correct for them.
25 theaters, they were reopened for this movie. We're having 12:30 a.m. shows, 6 a.m. shows right now. Shows have been added in the after the first show itself on Wednesday.
Only one.
We are witnessing these visuals from cinema halls where people are literally just having a blast. In Kerala, people are trying to just get inside a movie hall. Like that's like a crazy sight in itself. And there are too many visuals which are coming in. I just someone sent me a video from Nepal that there were people, the management of the cinema hall, they were requesting the patrons कि please कोई spoilers मत दीजिएगा. And everyone was sitting very very quietly and listening very intently. So what do these scenes tell you, and what do these scenes do you feel will do for the morale of the cinema hall owners, which have been through tough time in the recent days? Do you feel it will bolster their confidence? Does it? Do you feel that it may prove to be like a blood in the veins of the entire film industry, maybe?
Yes, I genuinely feel that both those instances will be achieved. I genuinely also feel कि हर हफ्ते आप पठान नहीं रिलीज करोगे. You have to have that situation की audience आएगी नहीं आएगी, depending on the film that we have. But what this shows to a lot of filmmakers, what this uh, translates to a lot of cinema owners is be a little more confident, um, be a little more brave, be a little more risk taking, uh, and there is audience is there. But the people are hungry to watch content not only on their phones, because last 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, maybe a year, there is a lot of conversation कि यार आजकल तो घर पे देख के बैठ के मिल जाता है, फोन पे देख लेते हैं, ओटीटी पे आ जाते हैं, थिएटर क्यों आना है. All of those conversations are fine because और ये ओटीटी की पिक्चर है, ये सिनेमा की पिक्चर नहीं है, वो हम लोग खुद ही वो ब्रैकेट्स में अपने आप को डालते जा रहे हैं. आई फील this shows that there is enough audiences for a Hindi film, which last year a lot of people, including a lot of people who are now writing essays on Twitter, threads upon threads on Twitter, saying how great this is that the film is doing that kind of a business or that kind of a reach that it is achieving, Pathaan. But last year, those were the same people who wrote it off. There are producers who are saying it's a breath of fresh air for Pathaan to do well, but those producers were at a lot of roundtables last year, or at the end of the last year, saying South is the industry to be at, to aim at. You cannot dismiss an industry on its own if they had a bad year. Everybody can have a bad year. Last year, YRF had the worst year of their entire reckoning, but that doesn't mean that they don't have it in their armory to come back as strongly as they have come back with Pathaan. And you have to give a lot of credit to YRF also. Even last year, they didn't release a lot of their films straight to OTT. They sat on it, they released it in theaters, and they failed in theaters. but that's the testament for the distributors to stand with them in the time where Pathaan comes, and back them, because they backed those distributors, those exhibitors, at a time where everybody left, right, and center was selling their films off. And YRF could sit on films. They're still sitting on a lot of films, which were, or which are complete or which are done, but they're not coming out because they know when it's the right time to release, and they'll go with the same plan. It's very easy to disregard a production house which has been here for 50 years, but at the same time not give them the credit that they genuinely deserve in a film like Pathaan, when they deserve the same credit last year when they sat on films. Be it a Jayesh Bhai Zordar, be it a Sandeep and Pinky Farrar prior to that, be it a Bunty or Bubbly. Fine, those films didn't work, but that's the whole point of filmmaking. अगर नहीं चली तो इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि आप obituaries लिख दें. इंडस्ट्री की obituaries लिखी गई है, बैनर, उस बैनर की obituary लिखी गई है, and today those two things are working in great, और हम सब उनके गुण गा रहे हैं आज. पर the point is कि do not disregard everybody so easily, especially an industry which has thronged and survived everything from piracy to VCRs coming to homes to satellite being the key thing to OTT now to South's threat. It's always been, but one thing that has been constant in all the change is Bollywood survive. So you give that chance for it to survive, for it to find patronage, and people will come. If you make good films for people, people will come. And that's a great example. Last year also, a lot of films we might not agree on that if they deserve to do the kind of numbers that it did, but there are a lot of films that worked, right? There are a lot of films like Kashmir Files. There is a lot of films like Bhool Bhulaiya. There are films like Jug Jug Jio. There are films like uh, Uchai. Still, Drishyam. There are films that have worked, right? But if you make good films will work. If you make substandard work, they will not work. They will not find patronage in it. So it's simple as that. I feel that's a good question you asked, and I feel I've diverted from the actual question that you asked, but I really wanted to get that off my chest for sure.